Well, joining us on the line now, country music legend, bluegrass legend, Ricky Skaggs. I always am proud to say a good friend of mine. And you're coming to town for a show tonight, Ricky.
Sure are. Another wonderful year to kick off at the Birchmere. And this is our show that we always do every year with Kentucky Thunder. That's kind of our first ones of the year. So we got a brand new guitar player to present to everyone this year. Cody Kilby, our good friend, went on to be with the McCurrys, traveling with Currys. He was with me 14 years. People don't want to leave when they come here because it's so much fun to play in this band. And but we have a great young man, Jake Workman, is coming to be with us, and he'll be making his debut appearance at the Birchmere this year, tonight.
Ricky Skaggs, I got to ask you a quick question here. You're in town. It's exciting, but the only thing that I'm thinking is, how was Gwen Stefani? And of course, this is because
really sweet.
That's the last thing that I would normally ask Ricky Skaggs, but it was because you were on the finale of The Voice, right? And she's like hanging out all the time there.
Well, yeah, she's there all the time, and hanging around old Blake.
Yeah,
got her arm around his neck, so that's a good thing, I guess. So anyway, they couldn't have been nicer. You know, I've done a lot of television over the past 30+ years of my professional career, and I've got to say that the show The Voice is the most professional, the nicest people. I was on the very last night of the season, which you'd think everybody is so over this show by now. Let's get this thing done so I can get back to my real life. And they just even poured it on even more. It was just the sweetest bunch of people I've ever been with. It was great.
You actually performed with one of the people who was a contestant in the show. And by the way, you're still rocking that guitar, man. I loved it. Well, I love your picking on that. But here's the thing about it.
Thank you.
You personally feel that country music, in many cases, has not taken the right turn. I remember back when you came onto the scene, Chet Atkins said that you saved country music from the urban cowboy stuff. Is it time for another revolution in country music?
Well, I always tell people I'm not sure that Chet was on his meds that day, but I think, it would be great to see a more traditional sounding, country music artist come out that was, that was young and great ideas and just could play and could bring something real traditional, back to country music, yet even, keep it updated, and, that was my whole heart in the early 80s when I came to Nashville was to bring traditional country with bluegrass, a blend of bluegrass, Bill Monroe, Flatt and Scruggs, Stanley Brothers, and do those kind of songs, but do them in a traditional, more George Jones, Merle Haggard type, country approach. And it was really successful for us, and I think it caused about a 10-year span there of people like Randy Travis and Travis Tritt and Marty Stewart and people like that, Vince Gill and people that were kind of lovers of the traditional type country music that really had a door open to them then, and I think that same thing could happen again today. There's a great young man named Mo Pitney. A lot of people don't know about him yet, but I think they're going to. He's just country as a stick, man. He sings like Keith Whitley. I mean, he sings the real country stuff, and I'd love to. I really hope for him, that he would get something going.
Ricky, I'm the furthest thing from an expert on country music, and I wouldn't know real country versus the other kind of country. But I'm such an admirer of the community, and I'd love for you to talk a little bit about Craig Strickland, the country singer, the lead singer for Backroad Anthem. He tragically died on a duck hunting accident over the holidays. I was struck by the community, the country western music industry coming out, their hearts, their prayers. It's a really tight-knit bunch of people, isn't it?
It really, really is. And when tragedy like that happens, you really do see its real colors, and it's the color of love. People, they just, they really flock around the ones they love and the family of country music. And I'm just proud of this music for a lot of reasons, but certainly for that.
But you don't see that kind of thing in the other other aspects of the entertainment industry. I mean, it's not like that.
I don't think so. I mean, you don't hear about it for sure, and they never really make a show out of it. When someone like a Whitney Houston or some really big, massive, star, people will flock around, but Craig wasn't really a huge star. I mean, it was a great singer and all, but yet people still, come around, supported him, and especially, now, his wife, I mean, that he's left behind.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a sad thing that happened, but, it's life and things happen like that. But, I think it's the aftermath of something like that is how people really get through it.
You going to get involved in politics this time around?
Oh, Lord, son, I don't know. Is it time for a commercial, Brian?
If you could leave
I'm
a bit.
praying. I'll just put it that way. I'm sure praying for change. I feel like the winds of change are blowing, and I feel like that people that will, if they'll face the wind as this change is blowing, I think great things can come. I think if we get to a place where we turn our face away from the wind, we're really we're gonna miss, what God really has for us and really wants for us as a nation. But we got to stand up and face the wind and go toward it.
Music legend Ricky Skaggs is with us. He's going to be live at the Birchmere tonight and tomorrow night in Alexandria. You're in the nation's capital, Ricky. If you could leave a pair of tickets for one politician, who would pick up that pair of tickets?
Oh, good gracious! Well, I wish President Reagan was still around.
That's a great answer.
He loved country music. He brought us to the White House. Of course, President Bush the first also brought us to the White House. He loved country music. Had a lot of artists in and out. Justice Scalia and Maureen, his wife, always comes to see us at the Birchmere. So I'm looking forward to seeing them again. He's not quite a politician, but he is a great man.
All right, so tickets still available?
They are. There's tickets available tonight. I'm not sure about tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's pretty sewn up, but tonight there is some tickets available, and we're going to have a ball. So come have it with us.
If you've never seen Ricky Skaggs with his bluegrass group, the Kentucky Thunder, they put on quite a show. I mean, you'll be tapping your toe. You'll be having a good time. Ricky, always a pleasure to have you, and see you soon.
Thanks, boys. Good being with you.